Hi friends, it's Anne. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you all of my deepest, darkest secrets on how I find cheap doll stuff. I'm just kidding. I don't really have that many secrets, but it's been very requested that I do a video on how I find cheap doll stuff. And I have wrote like 6 full pages on finding cheap doll stuff. So if you don't know me, hi, I'm Anne. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I collect American Girl dolls. They're not all pictured, but I pretty much strictly buy doll stuff on either resale websites or whatever. Like, I mostly get all of my stuff used. That is more of a personal choice. I don't like to be negative, but I don't really like American Girl anymore. Like, that sounded bad. Like, the brand. I don't think the quality is anything what it used to be. So I would rather buy something on eBay that is 20 years old and 20 times better quality, you know? And same goes with dolls. I haven't got a brand new doll from American Girl since I got Blair in 2021, and she was Girl of the Year in 2019. And I don't think I would get a new doll from American Girl now, just because I don't think the quality is as good as it used to be. I have nothing against like the brand. I just think with changing times and whatever and money and everybody's money hungry, like, it's just cheaper to make cheaper stuff, obviously. And another thing about me, I really like Pleasant Company. I really love Girl of Today / like early American Girl, like 2000s, you know. I just prefer that time period with the style of clothes and with the quality. And there's so many people that sell that stuff. Like, it's crazy how much stuff you can find just by trying to buy something used. So that is what I choose to do. It's not always expensive. There are some things that are more expensive because they are rare, but you win some, you lose some. It does, just because they're old and used and maybe better quality does not mean they're more expensive. Some of the outfits I've actually found for cheaper than what they originally sold for 20 years ago, and you would think they'd be more expensive. I don't know, I'm kind of rambling now, but that's kind of me. Those are my personal opinions. Don't attack me. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just sharing my thoughts. And another little like tidbit about me, I don't know if I've like said this before, but I love buying things secondhand and used, because I think that even though they're inanimate objects, inanimate, I can't think of the word now. But even though they're not people, even the clothes, I like that things carry a story with them. Whether it's dolls, whether it's antiques. I love antiques because I love that they hold a story that we will never know because they can't tell us, but they hold a story. We are giving them a second home, a second chance at life, and a second chance to be loved. And that's why I love buying new doll clothes and dolls in general. I mean, pretty much all of my adult collection of dolls are secondhand dolls, and I love that. I love that I can give these dolls another chance to be loved, and I can love them after someone previously loved them and continue that instead of them going to a dumpster or something. I don't know. So throughout this whole video, we're going to be kind of touching base on pretty much all of the resale possibilities. We're going to be talking about eBay, Facebook Marketplace, Mercari, thrift stores, garage sales, resale shops, and we're also going to be touching on the Goodwill online auction. I think that is something that kind of goes like unseen, which it's a hidden gem, like for real. We're going to be talking about like the do's and don'ts, things to look out for to make sure you're getting what you want for the quality you want, for the price you want, and how to avoid scammers. I have never been scammed, thank the Lord, but it is always something that's in the back of my mind because I have heard a lot of horror stories. I'm just going to be giving you guys my advice on how to find great stuff, because a lot of you are always like, you get such good deals, and I'm like, I feel like I don't. Let's start off with eBay. Overall, I would say eBay is a very trustworthy resource. It's very, I don't know, easy to shop on eBay, I feel like. You just always have to be kind of aware on who you're buying from. A lot of people sell multiple things, so if you find a buyer that you really like, you can save their little store and just shop from them, but it's not necessary. You just want to make sure you're looking at the person's profile. You're looking how long they've been selling for, how many sales they made, what is their rating, because you can rate people on eBay on like shipping price, on the quality of the item, of the description of the item, and that helps other people know that this is like a legit person, they are legit, Like, it's not a scammer. And I am really hesitant when buying from people with like less than 100 sales, just because I'm like, you might just be getting started on eBay, or you're fake, like, or you're not real. And there are a lot of people who have made thousands of sales on eBay, and like those are the ones that I find the most trustworthy. When you're searching what you want to buy, make sure you always look through all of the pictures, make sure you are reading the entire description, just to make sure you know exactly what you are getting. If something has a stain on it, they should say that there's a stain. A lot of people include the pictures, which is really helpful, or they'll mention in the description. Never be afraid to message sellers and be like, hey, could I see this picture? Or hey, I have this question, because people will answer. Like, they want to get rid of this stuff, they want to sell it, so it's not like they're gonna be like, no, I'm not talking to you. Like, that's not gonna happen. I rarely do this. I pretty much only do it when I genuinely have an actual question. Like when I was trying to find Mia's performance dress, her green one, I was looking to get a new one, and I saw this one for a great price, but it did not have a picture of the back of the dress. And I was like, oh my gosh, I know that every single one of these dresses has Velcro marks on the back. I was like, I know it. I was like, hey girl, like, I told her my sob story. I was like, I'm trying to find this outfit that I had when I was a kid, and I'm just trying to make sure that it's like good quality, whatever. She's like, oh yeah, of course, like, here's the picture, whatever, there you go. She even put it on the listing. She was like, I put it on the listing so everyone can see it. And I was like, yes. And it was so sweet too. She was even like, I hope your doll like likes her new outfit. Like, that's so cool that you're doing that. It was just like really nice. So don't be afraid to message them and ask further questions. I'm the type of person that likes the buy it now options. I don't love bidding. It kind of stresses me out. I don't have much advice on bidding just because I don't do it very much, but I have been dabbling in bidding a little bit. I've been finding listings that only have like a few hours left on them and like bidding for the lowest price. I have 1-2 things doing that. So I'm like, my ego is building with that. That's really good advice. If you see something that you really want and it has a few hours left, the seller looks reliable, and like the starting bid is like $12 and you know it's like a $30 outfit, bid on it. Why wouldn't you? If nobody's bid on it yet, nobody's probably going to bid on it again. And if they do, they're probably going to up you only like $1 or something. So always keep an eye out for bids that are ending soon, or auctions, excuse me. And you can even filter on eBay to the ending soon auctions to see that right then and there. And that's another great resource. Never hesitate to use the filter, even when you want to do like lowest price to highest price, or like ending soon auctions. Great advice. If there is something like super hyper specific you're looking for, I feel like this more goes with dolls. Like if you're looking for a Just Like You 44, for example, not everybody knows the names of all the dolls, or the numbers, excuse me, or even the names. If you're getting a historical doll, if you want Addie, and not everybody knows her name, or like Kanani, any doll, do a generic search. So if you're searching for Just Like You 44, search American Girl doll, green eyes, curly brown hair. If you're looking for Sage, oh gosh, I don't even know what color her hair is. Red hair, blue eyes, just like generic searches, because not everybody knows, not everybody is knowledgeable of the dolls' names and their numbers. So you just gotta do a generic search. You can even do it with outfits, American Girl doll overalls, if you're looking for the Girl of Today Earth Day outfit. And sometimes people will not know the price of what they're supposed to be, so you could find it for cheaper. Another thing I do for clothes, I will just search like Pleasant Company clothes, Pleasant Company outfits, American Girl of Today outfits, just to get a huge search of all of the things and just be able to like actually like shop and be like, oh, I like that one, I like that one, I like that one. Before you buy anything, look at all of your options, because there will be something for, like, when I was shopping for the Earth Day outfit, for example, there are so many people that sell that outfit for like $100, like straight up $100, $80. And I did not want to pay that much. I was like, and I was patient.
I was patient. Now I can scream that we made it.
I was patient, and I was like, I don't want to pay that much. Like, I'm gonna wait it out, I'm gonna see, and I ended up finding one for $55. I sent them an offer for $50. You just have to be patient, look at all of your options, make sure you are not paying too much for one thing that is good quality and another thing that is good quality, but it's like $100, and this one's only $40. And sometimes it can be really hard to be patient and try to wait for a better deal. I have this problem. I have the issue where I'm like, I'm never going to get this opportunity again, ever. So I'm trying to get out of that mentality and just be patient, wait. There are so much doll stuff out there that people are selling, and it's coming every day. There's something new every single day. So you just have to be patient. You can also save searches on eBay. So if you're looking for a very specific doll, like I was looking for Ruthie a year ago. So I have the American Girl doll Ruthie saved as a search, and every single night I get a notification that there are this many new listings for American Girl doll Ruthie. And that's a good reminder also to keep checking on that if you're desperately looking for this one specific thing. On some things, there is an option on the listing to send an offer or make an offer. Don't be scared to do that. The worst thing that they can do is say no. And half the time they say yes because they want to get rid of this stuff. And if it's not some ridiculous offer, they're probably going to accept it. Another piece of advice that I love is to just, when you're shopping and when you want something but you're like, I don't know if I want to buy it yet or buy it for that much, just add it to your watch list. Press the little heart. I have the eBay app. I swear I spent hours on that app. You just heart it. People will see that you like it, and just like on Mercari, they will send you an offer and you can accept it, you can decline it. That's a great way to get an offer without having to make one, because not all listings have the make an offer button on it. So that's a good way to get it for cheaper than what they're asking for. This one I feel like is kind of a given, but make sure you are always tracking your packages. Even if you're like, oh yeah, but just like make sure like it's getting to you, make sure it's shipped, make sure you know when it's supposed to arrive. I used to not really do this, but now I'm like, where is it? Where is it? And now I know what like major United States Postal Service my packages get shipped to before they get directed to me. I have it like down to a T. I know where it's going and I know when it's getting to me. This is just something nice that you should do, but it's always leave reviews for people that you buy stuff from. And pretty much on all like resale platforms, this is an option, but I mean on eBay, I don't know how it works like pay wise. On Mercari, you do not get paid until the seller leaves you a review to make sure that you did not scam them. But on eBay, I think they get paid before you leave the review, because there's been some things that I have not left them a review for weeks on accident, like during Christmas time, I just forgot. But always do that. It's just like such a nice thing to do. And some of the sellers just go the extra mile and they really package your package, package your thing that you bought with care. I mean, there's been times where mine has been like wrapped like a present and I'm like, that is so nice. And like you just leave kind words. Like it's so easy to be a good person. It's so easy to be kind. And that's just something that you can do to say thank you to this person for having this for you to buy. It's something that you've really been wanting. It's just a great way to say thank you, even though you're like giving them money for it. But just like, thanks for having that out there. I've been looking for it. Love ya. Next, we are moving on to Facebook. I live in a very small town. I think combined within like a 30-mile radius, there might be like 20,000 people that live in this area. And that sounds like a lot to me because I've lived here forever, but if you're looking at bigger cities where the population is 60,000 for one town, I'm like talking about like collectively 3 towns. I live in a town. Actually, I live in a village. That's how small my area is. But like where I went to high school, I think the population is 10,000. And to me, that is a larger city. It's not. It's really not. But because of that, I do not have much luck on Marketplace, like just being able to go pick stuff up. I have more luck in my Facebook groups that I'm in. When I was first like getting back into my dolls in 2021, I joined Facebook groups and it was amazing. Like I started with discussion ones and then I joined ones for selling and I love it. I love it so much. I don't know if I can, if I am able to, I will link all of the Facebook groups for dolls that I'm in the description box, but if I cannot, I will put them over here so you guys can look at them. But there is so much going on these Facebook groups. There's purges. If you guys don't know what purges are, people have a bunch of stuff and they just want to get rid of it, and they just list a bunch of stuff in the comments for like so cheap, and you're just like, yep, me, that's it, I want it all. If you're having a hard time trying to find what you're looking for, you can do an ISO or in search of post. That is how I found Lena, I don't even know her number, Lena 40 something. And this is also how I found my brand new inbox, just like you 21. So you can just be like, hey, I'm looking for this doll, I'm looking for this outfit, let me know if you guys got it, and people will literally comment and try to sell you stuff under your comment, like on your own post. You're like, it's literally shopping. You're just like, pass, next, I want this one, thank you. And people will also just post listings on there, whether it's like a marketplace listing or just like, here's all this stuff, here's all the prices, thanks for looking, if you want it, let me know. And if you are someone who likes to sell things or wants to sell things and you don't like eBay or Mercari, another great platform to sell your stuff. Back to purges, there are lots of things. If you are someone that doesn't collect like a whole outfit or a whole set at once and you just like grab the pieces as you find them, that is a great way to find things. I'm serious. I see all of these like pieces of like Leah's Cabana or whatever it's called. I'm like, okay. The only thing with purges though, it's real easy to get carried away. There was one, I did a video on all the stuff I got. There was one night where Facebook was popping off and there were so many good purges, and one day I think I spent $100 in one night on purges. Don't do that. I mean, you can if you want, if you have the money, but just like it's so easy to get carried away. So just like make sure you know what you're spending, you know what you're buying, and you're set with that. This is really important with Facebook Marketplace, or well, okay, I guess just on the Facebook groups. When you're buying stuff, only use PayPal goods and services. PayPal's been around forever. It's just like an app. You can use it like Venmo, if you know what Venmo is, or Cash App, or whatever the other ones are. You can send people money just back and forth, like your friends, like, you owe me money for dinner, like, thanks. But it's a little bit different when you're buying things on Facebook. You want to make sure you're not getting scammed, because it's very easy. When using Facebook to buy things, only use PayPal goods and services, because that is basically like you're selling them something that you will get. They will send you an invoice of what you bought and the shipping and how much money you owe them. And this way of making a purchase is the only way on PayPal to get your money back, potentially, if it is a scam. If you use family and friends, you will not get it back. It's gone forever. You can't like file a whatever, you can't file something and get your money back. It just doesn't work like that. So only use PayPal goods and services. Do not let anybody talk you into using family and friends, because don't do that. Just don't do that. And kind of taking a step back from the Facebook group situation, Facebook Marketplace. As I said, I live in a fairly small area. I do not find much on Facebook Marketplace ever that I don't have to drive over an hour and a half to get to. So depending on where you live, depending on the population, you will find things more or less. If you live in a big area, you will find more stuff. If you live in the boonies like me, sorry chief, you're gonna have to do some traveling to get your stuff. I feel like this is like a given, but when you are buying something and you are meeting with somebody to pick it up, please be careful. There are bad people in this world. Very unfortunately, there are a lot of bad people in this world, and just be cautious when you're doing that. Stranger danger is very real. These are just some tips on how to be safe with it, just in general. If you're able to have somebody with you when you're going to pick something up, just to make sure that the person you're getting it from knows you're not alone. If they are by chance a bad person, I'm not saying everyone on Facebook Marketplace is sketchy, but when meeting people you don't know, please just make sure you are safe. If you can't have somebody with you, at least make sure they know where you are. Just be like, hey, I'm going to pick up this doll stuff, like I'll call you when I'm done, or something. Something as simple as that. Or if you are the type of person that has your friends or your family on like Life 360 or some sort of tracking thing, like Find My Friends on iPhone, they would be able to see where you are, but still let them know you're there so they know this is what I'm doing. I have my boyfriend and I have each other on Life 360, so if something ever goes south, we know where each other is. If none of those are an option for you, at least just have somebody on the phone with you the entire time the whole exchange is going down. Just like have them on the phone, have them mute themselves, just have them be able to listen to what's happening just in case something does go wrong. Just little tips. I've only bought from Facebook Marketplace once, which was that big lot, which was like a once in a blue moon thing. So I don't have a whole lot of advice on other than just be safe. And now to Mercari. Mercari is pretty much the same as eBay. I kind of touched on it already a little bit. I don't have much advice for buying on Mercari just because I don't much anymore. I way prefer eBay just for, I don't know why, I just do. Like I said, when I was talking about eBay, I first started buying doll stuff like when I was first getting back into dolls on Mercari, but now I've like more gravitated towards eBay. Next is thrift stores and resale stores. Same as Facebook Marketplace. If you live in a smaller area, chances are you're not going to find very much stuff because it's not as populated. unfortunately, I experienced this. I never, ever, ever find anything here. Goodwill does not carry a lot of doll stuff. It's mostly on the online auction. So if you do find something at Goodwill, it's very rare, but not always. It could happen though. Be sure to check your local thrift stores, like mom and pop little thrift stores, because chances are they will have something, not all the time, but maybe I'm always checking the smaller ones in my area just in case. If you live in an area with a Once Upon a Child, they always have doll stuff, like always. It might not be American Girl, it's probably going to be our generation, but for some reason there's an Once Upon a Child like an hour and a half away from me, I think. Never been to it. The only time I go to Once Upon a Child is when I'm in California, which is like, why? But apparently there's not very many in California. I didn't know that. I must have lucked out. Also, if you are going to a more touristy area, be sure to check the stores there, because I go to a place and I don't know what it's called. It's like a mall, but it's not like a mall. It's like just people will rent out a space where they either make stuff or just sell stuff. There is a whole like booth of American Girl doll stuff. It's mostly our generation, but they're only open in the summer because it's a very touristy area. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited to go there this summer and just look at all of this stuff, because last year I did find a few things there that I was interested in and I wanted. But make sure you are always checking those out. You can also just find doll-sized stuff, like if you're on vacation and let's say like you go to Florida. Where I live, everybody goes to Florida. So you could find like a doll-sized Florida t-shirt. I don't know. Now that it is garage sale season, check out your garage sales. Those can be scary sometimes too. If it looks sketchy, don't go. My only advice. But my mom and I went yesterday. There was a bunch of garage sales in my area, but I did not find anything. I have never, maybe when I was a kid, I might have found something doll related at a garage sale, but I've never found like a doll or doll clothes. I've never found anything. Again, has to do with population. There's not very many people here. I guess that's not like necessarily, but just the fact that, I don't know, there's not as many garage sales, I guess. So as I was editing this video, I realized I forgot to talk about the Goodwill online auction. So rewind a little bit here. So if you don't know what the Goodwill online auction is, it is the Goodwill online auction. Pretty self-explanatory. It's like eBay, but it's only Goodwill. Everything is pretty much really used. Sometimes there are things that are in better condition. I have bought from the Goodwill online auction one time. I got Ferris, my Gabriella doll, from the Goodwill online auction back in 2022, last year. It's almost been a year since I've got Ferris. And I'd always wanted to buy from it, but I was always kind of scared to. I don't remember even how I really discovered it existed, but I discovered it. And let me tell you guys, it is a hidden gem. There is so much good stuff on there, and a lot of the stuff is actually pretty reasonably priced. Some things can get expensive, but collectors see it and they know what it's actually worth, so they will bid on it for that much, or the bid will get that high. But I got my Gabriella doll. She was in pretty rough condition. Actually, not really. The only thing that was bad about her was her hair. And Ferris obviously is not Gabrielle anymore. She does not have Gabrielle's wig. But I got her, I think I won the bid for $16 or $17. And after shipping, I believe she was $30. She is the cheapest doll that I have. And she's perfect. She's beautiful. There was absolutely nothing wrong with her except for her hair. And that is just like one example, because I've only bought from them once. I had no problem with being sketched out. I mean, you don't really have to worry about scammers because it's just Goodwill, the industry, selling it to you. When you go on Goodwill online auction, you can create an account and then you will be able to save auctions. So when I'm looking for doll stuff, I will either search American Girl or American Girl doll in the search bar. I just do the generic search because they don't know the number of the dolls. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they know the name of the dolls, sometimes they don't. You just have to be very general with your searches on that. If any of you guys have ever bought from the Goodwill online auction more than I have, leave some of your tips or advice down below. I've never really heard much about it from anybody, so I'd love to hear your thoughts as well. But that is pretty much it for the whole video. Now that I'm looking at how long this is, I'm sorry. I thought it was only gonna be like 15 minutes long, but I like to blabber. I hope my tips were helpful for you guys. I know a lot of you have been wanting me to make this video, and I'm really excited that I'm finally making it because I love talking about buying doll stuff. I can talk about it all day. Hence why I have a YouTube channel about my dolls. If you guys have any further tips or tricks, make sure you leave some comments down below and just get a conversation going. If you have any extra tips for me, let me know. I appreciate it. Be sure to check me out on Instagram at Now&Forever AG, on TikTok at Anne's Expensive Vinyl, and if you ever want to send me something, I do have a PO box and is linked in the video description and the channel description as well. I love you all more than anything, more than you will ever know, and I appreciate each and every one of you for being here and for chatting with me and for listening to me talk and for making me feel loved. You guys mean more to me than you will ever know. I love you all so very much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!